Hashem, the limud this week should be the refuat Moreinu v'Rabbeinu Harav Menachem Yoshua ben Yair Eisenstock v'Achola Shlomit bat Chaya b'toch kol shar cholei Yisrael. This week's Parashat Metzora, connecting back to Parashat Tazria, deals in length with the disease of tzarat. And many times we want to just kind of push it away, not really think about what we could learn from this spiritual disease that's cured by the Kohen, that's emphasized in all the psukim, the word Kohen maybe 54 times, to teach us about the first spiritual disease in the world. But what's really behind it, we want to try and understand through this Sefat Emet, and connect also to the idea of Pesach. So the parashot of tzarat have three parts. The first tzarat is tzarat ha'adam, the tzarat that's on the body of a person. The second tzarat is tzarat ha'beged. And the third tzarat is tzarat ha'bayit. And so we see that in tzarat, it goes through three different elements, three different things that build the nature of the world. But I want to try and go into the tzarat of the bayit. And when we open up in Parashat Metzora, the pasuk says, so the beginning of the story of tzarat habayit opens up, Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe vel Aharon le'emor, Ki tavo'u el eretz Kenaan, asher ani noten lachem le'achuza, v'natati nega tzarat babayit. Now the difficulty of this pasuk is that usually the way we think and reflect about tzarat is that it's a terrible thing. But the introduction to tzarat habayit is ki tavo'u el haaretz. So Rashi right away says, this introduction is an ideal introduction. I'm going to bring you back to the land, Eretz Achuzah, and I'll give you tzarat. What's the connection between ki tavo'u el haaretz? I'm going to redeem you, bring you back to the land, and tzarat? So answers Rashi, Besorah hi lachem. He says that tzarat is a besorah. It's teaching us one of maybe the most important lessons. And what is it? Lefi shehetminu emoriim matmaniyot shel zahav bekirot batehem kol 40 shana shayu Yisrael bamidbar. Says Rashi that for the 40 years that Am Yisrael was in the desert, the Goyim living in the land would hide treasures in the walls of the homes. And the way Am Yisrael could find the treasure, al yedei hanega notetz habayit umotzan. Through the tzarat, he'll break the house and he'll find the treasure. Says Rashi, that's why the introduction is ki tavo'u el haaretz. When we get to tzarat habayit, we're used to thinking that tzarat is a punishment. It's something terrible. Tzarat habayit, says Rashi, in the pshat of the psukim, is the biggest present Hashem could give to the world. Through the tzarat, you find the treasures in the home. You find the treasures in the bayit. And I think through this, the Sefat Emet will change the entire outlook on all of Negat Tzarat. But before that, the Sefat Emet asks a question on this Rashi. V'kasheh, ki haya tzarich haborei yitbarach ele ha'etzot. Says the Sefat Emet an incredible thing. If we look at Rashi, Hashem wants to give Am Yisrael a treasure. Thank you. Great. But why is the way Hashem gives you the treasure have to be through putting it in your home, breaking the wall, and realizing that within your wall there's a treasure? He couldn't just bring down treasure from Shamayim. Why is it so important? Ask the Sefat Emet to Rashi to put this present of Hashem in the walls of the home. Continues the Sefat Emet, and he says, D'hineh, kmo shehaguf hu shmira lanefesh. Says the Sefat Emet that in every person there's a soul. And except for a person's soul, he has a body. And many people feel the tension. My soul wants to sing, wants to dance, wants to daven, wants to give tzedakah. But my goof is all about food and it prevents me. And we're torn in between these things. Says the Sefat Emet, Haguf hu shmira lanefesh. The goof is not preventing the soul from being what it could be. It's enabling the soul to be what it could be. The fact that it protects the soul enables the soul to be revealed through the goof. Through every action you do and every person in his life. The soul needs the goof. That's the first tzara'at. Tzara'at ha'adam. To teach you that your goof is guarding your soul. That when you hurt someone else's feeling, when you said Lashon Hara, you thought his body was nothing. But his body is so unique. His body is the revelation of his soul. Who are you to belittle someone else's body? Tzara'at ha'adam. Goes the Sefat Emet to the next level. V'yesh od malbush shmira laguf. And he says, except for the body guarding the soul, the clothing guard the body. And so in every person, there's already three levels. There's the soul, the body, the beged. And we know the beged came to the world after the first sin in Gan Eden. Meaning that when everything was only goof and soul, we couldn't reach the level we needed to reach. So God brought a goof, and after the goof, he brought a beged, and the beged protects the goof. The tzitzit on the beged are protection for your body. The halachot that we have all about our clothing, putting tefillin on, a kippah, tzitzit, tzniut. All of these halachot are saying that clothing aren't just another aspect in the world. They protect our bodies. So that's Tzarat ha'adam and Tzarat ha'beged. Says the Sefat Emet, Ukmochen, bait, shmira yoter mibachutz. So within a person we saw the three levels, the soul, the body, and the beged. He says, but the person is protected by the home. And in the last tzara'at, the way Hashem wants to reveal to you The present He's giving to you is the biggest present, is the home. The home protects you. The home enables you to live. And that's why the home has a mezuzah. That's why the home is the essence of Am Yisrael. And so all of Tzarat is teaching, according to the Sefat Emet, one basic idea. That when we have something protecting, an outer protection is what enables the deeper element to find a way to reveal itself in the world. It's not preventing from the soul to be revealed. The more there are outer aspects, the more ability you have to reflect and to bring out the soul into the world through all those things, through your home, through your bgadim, through your personality. All these things continue the soul. But to understand, for one more step, what is the idea of the bait? One pasuk in Shir HaShirim, incredible pasuk, says, Kol dodi hinei zeba. The dod, the one who loves the re'ayah, his voice is coming. Midaleg al ha'arim, mikapetz al ha'gvaot. And we're expecting the ahava to come. And the re'ayah and the dod to meet. Domeh dodi letzvi o le'ofer hayalim. He wants so much to be with the person he loves. And now listen to the pasuk. Hine ze omed achar kotleinu. The harim, the gvaot, the entire world did not prevent the dod from running from the other side of the world to the person he loves. And then he gets to the kotel, to the home. Omed achar kotleinu. He stands outside of the kotel, outside of the home. Mashgiach min achalonot. He starts trying to look through the windows. Mitzitz min acharachim. But we ask a question on this pasuk. What does the dod want? He wants to see the re'ayah. He wants to see the soul. So break down the kotel. What are you looking through the window? Through the little peepholes? You want to see the re'ayah? Break down the wall. Teaches us Shir HaShirim. That is the true ahava. That the re'ayah, the soul, stands in a home. And the kotel, the limits, the bite, are what builds the re'ayah. And so the dod does not break down the kotel. He broke down all the mountains and all the gvaot. But when he gets to the home, he realizes that the home is what builds the soul. And I think when we reach and we get closer to the Chag of Pesach, and we ask ourselves, what is the real redemption of Am Yisrael? The true redemption of Am Yisrael is that instead of going out to the streets and celebrating our redemptions, we lock ourselves in our home. If you look in Shmot Perek Yud Bet, you'll see that the entire Yetziat Mitzrayim surrounds around the concept of the Bayit, teaching us that the redemption of Am Yisrael is that you realize the need for the neshama to have more and more boundaries that teach a different way of reflecting the depth. And I know, Baruch Hashem, today my anniversary after 5 years of being married to my wife. What I've learned every day is that many of us think that we have to change the world outside. But Pesach and Sara'at are both teaching us that if you ever want to think about having any influence on the outside world, it starts with building the Bayit. The Bayit itself is the treasure. That's what Rashi is saying. We should all be zocheh the way I've been zochet to have an Esha Chayil teach me the secrets of the bayit, as we clean our homes for Pesach, to see the beauty of the walls, the beauty of the home, and that only through the bayit that would prevent us is the only way we could really, really see the depth of our soul and the emet of Kedusha. Be'ezrat Hashem, we shall be zocheh to enjoy cleaning our homes and preparing for Pesach. Shabbat Shalom.